What's up, guys? Thanks so much for clicking on the video. My name is Leah, and baby, let's get into the drama of it all because we got a few things to talk about. So let's get into it. All right, y'all. So first up, let's talk about Real Housewives of Dubai. So there's this YouTube channel called LovinDubai, and they interviewed Sarah and Seba, and there were several clips that were being shopped around by this one page called Happens at Dubai, where they basically said this: Seba reveals her side as to why her and Sarah fell out and what led to her releasing the press release. So let me play those clips for you. I'm probably gonna speed them up because I feel like it wasn't a lot that was there, but let's talk about it.
I wasn't really planning on, but since she wanted to delve into it yesterday, I think it is important to clear things up. So earlier this year, I decided to get married, and that's really when the problems started, because she was trying to sort of control my relationship. She was judging me and my decisions, and I thought, hold on, this is not what a friend does. A friend's there for you through thick and thin. They actually support you in your relationship. They're there for you. They ask you if you need any help. And I thought maybe Sarah's just having a bad week, a bad month, whatever. I just kind of ignored it because I love her, and I still do, and I love her son very much. But then over the next few months, this is Q1, Q2 this year, she started sort of threatening me, bullying me, sending me really, really horrible voice notes. And I thought something's going on here because this is not the Sarah I used to know. And of course, I have the voice notes. I haven't played them to anyone because I don't want to show the world who Sarah really is. And I don't want to do that to any other woman. She's a single mom at the end of the day. So I said to Sarah, I wrote her and I said, look, we need to end the business. Like, please, let's be professional. Either I will buy you out or you buy me out. Decide. And she just wouldn't reply to me. I said, hello, ping, just let me know about the business. And she said, well, why can't we go ahead with the business? I said, listen, I cannot be in business with bullies. Simple. And she said, you're mixing business and friendship. I said, I absolutely have to. I cannot be in business with someone that is constantly trying to intimidate me. So we reached an agreement, fine. And then she said to me, she said, please, I request you, Saba, can we end the friendship nicely, fairly? Life. And I thought she got on with her life, and I didn't hear from her. I never spoke about her, and that's when the lies started quite recently, past 2 months, I'd say. So she was going to my business partners, she was going to my friends and trying to defame me, and she was trying to say she spoke to my business partners saying that I'm a liar and a fraud in business, and we were just laughing because her nickname is literally Sarah Al Fraudani. I couldn't help but laugh it off. And then I still kept quiet because I thought, no, Sabs, do the right thing. Be respectful. She's a woman. She's a mother. You loved her. Just stay quiet. And I did. And then I think I reached a point where I couldn't be quiet anymore. When she sent me a voice note swearing at me, threatening me, and I just couldn't anymore. And I had to say something. And that's when the press release came out. Yeah, it was. I've never told anyone this, and I didn't really want to. She really, really hurt me. It really broke my heart. It's so interesting.
So that was Seba sharing her side. Then while I was scrolling, I found out that Sarah also did an interview with them as well. And it's from the same page, What Happens in Dubai. And they said this: Sarah gives her side as to why her and Seba fell out and says she walked away from a friendship first. She also says Seba is looking for attention. So let me play that clip for you.
Journey, I learned how to let go of people who are on a different path, different mindset, different choices in life. And Saba cannot deny that I was there for her in every way possible. But there came a time after my healing journey where I realized it's okay to say goodbye to some people who are not aligned with you. So 2 months ago, and I have everything on WhatsApp, I told her that the friendship is over and I can't be friends with her anymore and the work is over. So I don't know where that letter came from, because I was like, I'm kind of confused with this breakup letter because I'm the one that walked away. And why are you making it public? We're not Facebook or X or Twitter merging or leaving each other. Number one. Number two, she was like, we're separating even with work. Our business did not launch. I'll get it if we launched it and there's a reputation and work involved and that. But I guess it's the CEO thing, right? That's what she said. And I love how in the end of the letter it says, for media inquiries, So it was just funny. And the thing is, I responded in a funny way. I'm like, write me a song next time, it'll be more romantic. But can I go low? I can. Do I have things to do and say and go low with? I can. But I ate on a table with her dad. Her dad met my dad. Families met each other. So I'm just remaining like keeping the respect and just staying respectful to everything and just ignoring this. And yeah, this to me, that's how a girl asks for attention, not a woman acts.
Interesting, because she said the same in terms of the WhatsApps. She was like, if I wanted cheap attention, I could play your voice notes. Is that it?
Yeah, the voice notes said that I don't stand for these things and we're parting ways, and I'm more than happy to play the WhatsApp. And trust me, one advice for Saba online is turn it down, because if I tell people why things went down, it wouldn't be good.
Well, we have her on the show tomorrow. We'll ask her the exact same question and we'll let the public.
So here's my thing. I've always felt like Sarah was a fraud since season 1, but I don't know much about Seba. She really didn't give us much on the show. It does seem like she was a very supportive friend to Sarah, especially with the way that she was handling the Akine situation with Sarah. So I don't know where the disconnect truly happened. Seba is saying that Sarah started to really critique the man that she was about to marry. So I don't know if Seba kind of felt like Sarah was doing too much or putting on. I don't know. But I do think it's interesting that like we're getting this much personality from Seba while the cameras are down. I'm like, girl, where was all of this? But what would be kind of cool to me is if they bring Seba back for season 3 and we see how they move forward with their friendship or not friendship. Because it does seem like Seba does have other connections other than Sarah. Because I also saw that Brooks posted or reposted the interview that Seba did with LovinDubai with this on Twitter. She says, "Oh, thank you, and she did Seba. Wow, you are such an amazing friend. You deserve everything good this world has to offer you. You inspire me every day. Hashtag RHODubai." And there was a clip attached to it, and I'll play the clip. But basically, it was Seba explaining how she's made her own friendships with the ladies on the show, and it was mainly with Caroline, Brooks, and Lisa. And I wonder if they do bring Seba back, if it would be the 3 of them versus everybody else. And I wonder if that would be an interesting show to watch.
You know, I've made my own friendships on the show and we really do have a laugh. Caroline Brooks, I have just seen so much sweetness in her heart day by day off camera and so much integrity. And like Lisa, she's really inspired me for when I'm a mother. I'm not a mother yet, but I've learned so much from her. So I have a lot of time for these ladies. And whether or not the show goes on, I will definitely keep my friendships.
Interesting.
So I was actually surprised that Seba made friends with other people. Because on the show, it just seems like she was just totally confined to just being friends with Sarah. But what I will say is, I do think with this drama that she has with Sarah, I want her to come back because I want to see it fleshed out. But I don't know if Dubai is going to get a season 3. I see that a lot of people don't really like the cast that much. People are tired of the antics online, mainly coming from Brooks and Lisa. I don't think it's that deep. I think like that's a part of the game of being on Real Housewives. I get that people don't like the girls being online throwing shade, but I also feel like a lot of people forgot how they had their blog pages that they would post online on Bravo, and they were just as shady and just as nasty. So I'm like, it's just a trade-off in my opinion. I do hope they come back for a season 3, but based off of the trailer for the reunion, it really didn't give me much. But I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But I wanted to give you guys this update since I think one of my last The Drama videos, we talked about Seba versus Seba versus Sarah. So let's move on. So let's talk about Katie from Real Housewives of Potomac. Katie just be doing whatever. And I was having a conversation with one of my mutuals that was like, Katie's superpower is that she truly does not care what people think of her. And I was like, yeah, it is a superpower, because she posted this picture of her and Chris, Monique Samuel's husband, that she's been recently divorced from. And she said that, she says, "I flirt hard, and when I see a good one, I go for it. Hashtag OG, hashtag RHOP, hashtag Potomac." And everybody was like, girl, what? And in my mind, I'm like, first of all, Chris, I don't even think Chris sees Katie as that, because this was giving very much friendship hug. I also feel like he would not touch Katie based off of Monique, because Monique gives very much like she would not allow Katie around her kids and for good reason. So then I guess because Katie was getting a lot of flack online, because a lot of people are like, girl, what is this? Because even I was like, Katie, what is this? So she came back with another post under somebody's comments where she said this: Mo, I'm your girl. I would never. And you totally understand that this is BS. I'm home. I hope you see I have never have sex with Chris. I am deeply sorry if me saying I flirted with him, which I did. Dude, you know me. I don't know. I just think Katie just be doing anything. Katie just be doing anything. And I think maybe the backlash was a bit much for her. But I'm like, girl, why even make that a caption? Why did we need to know that you flirted with Chris Samuels? No one needed to know, Katie. You just did that for shock value. And you got a rise out of people. While I'm speaking at Katie's, let's talk about Katie from RHOC. So this was posted on August the 30th, but it said this: In Touch is reporting that RHOC newbie Katie was accused of calling the police with false allegations against a man named Sidney Silva, which led to his imprisonment. Upon further investigations, police determined Katie was the aggressor in the incident. I said, Katie, girl, what did you do? Because I said, Katie, not Katie out here being a Karen. So let's read the article. So you guys, I'm getting this article from In Touch, and y'all know the link will be in the description box below. So let's talk about it. It says Real Housewives of Orange County star Katie Janelli was accused of calling police with fake allegations that led to a man being arrested for false imprisonment. In Touch can exclusively report. According to court documents obtained by In Touch, a man by the name of Sidney Silva filed a lawsuit against Katie, 40, in March of 2016. In his lawsuit, Sidney says he had an incident with Katie on a roadway on April the 12th, 2015. He claims she followed him all the way to his house and parked her vehicle behind him, his work van, and outside of his residence. Katie exited her vehicle and confronted Sidney aggressively, the suit said. The man said he pulled out his cell phone to tape Katie in an effort to protect himself, which led to her calling 911 and falsely reporting a crime. He said Katie told the operator that he was preventing her from leaving the scene. Sidney said he was in no way preventing or stopping Katie from getting inside her car or leaving the scene. When police arrived minutes later, Katie again communicated to them that Sidney had blocked her path and prevented her from getting inside of her vehicle and leaving. As a result of that allegations, the police initially arrested Sidney for false imprisonment, disorderly conduct, and reckless driving, the lawsuit says. Upon further investigation, the police determined that Katie was the primary aggressor and that her allegations against Sidney were false. Sidney says as a result of the investigation initiated by Katie's call and her subsequent false allegations was thrown out on the grounds of injury and arrest. He said that he was forced to hire lawyers to fight the charges that ended up being dismissed. He said he spent $12,625 on legal fees to defend himself. He said Katie should be held liable for the fees. Sidney also accused Katie of slander, and he demanded over $100,000 in damages. According to the court docket, Katie never responded to the case, and default judgment of $112,945 was entered in 2018. Sidney filed a separate lawsuit against the police officer involved in his arrest. In that lawsuit, it reveals that details that allegedly led Katie to following Sidney home. It is noted that Sidney was driving home when he noted Katie was texting while driving with several children in the car. I hate how these things. He said a driver who was texting killed his brother 8 years ago. He claimed he shook his head in disapproval as he passed Katie, which led her to following him. The suit said Katie parked behind Silver, got out of her car, leaving the children inside, screaming at him. Confused by the woman's behavior, after all, she was the one who had endangered the public and the children in her car by texting and driving. Silver began recording the event with his cell phone. In 2018, Sydney and the officer agreed to dismiss the case. As In Touch is first to report, Katie was involved in a bitter divorce with her ex-husband Andrew Sundeseth in 2016. Per their original settlement, Andrew was awarded primary custody of the kids. The ex went back to court in 2018 and worked out a new deal with Katie, was awarded custody of their daughter, and Andrew kept the two boys. In this case, Katie was accused of forging her ex-husband's name on student loan documents. She denied the claim. Recently, Katie was sued for $5 million over an alleged stolen business idea. She denies all wrongdoing. So again, guys, if you would like to read the article for yourself, the link will be in the description box below. What I found most interesting about this is what they talked about, the custody agreement, because the way Katie has you believing on the show is like she got primary custody of them kids. But the article is pretty much saying that the husband had primary custody first. And then in 2008, they switched up the custody agreement where the daughter came and lived with the father, not with the father, with Katie, and then he still kept the two boys. So I do believe that there is issues between the daughter and the father, but like Katie made it seem like he just abandoned his kids. But there's more to the story. I knew something about that story was kind of off to me, and something about Katie is off. Maybe as the show continues, I might start to grow to like her a little bit more. But right now, I'm just kind of like, she could be a one season housewife for me. But what I will say is, I agree with the guy. Like, you put yourself in danger and the public in danger. You never follow somebody home. I learned that at a young age. Like, I do not play with people having road rage. I don't. I really don't, because people be clicking out, and next thing you know, you dying because you cut somebody off or you forgot to put on a turn signal. So following somebody home with your kids in the car is crazy. So let's talk about Jax. So the last time I talked about Jax, we found out that he had checked himself into a mental health facility, and he wanted to give the people an update. This comes on after, like, I think a day or two after it was released that Brittany filed for divorce. You know, she's in she in her love herself era, you know, which is good for her because, girl, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I don't feel bad for Brittany. Like, she knew who Jax was before she got with him. Like, he cheated on her. He wasn't very kind or nice to her. So you willfully went into that relationship knowing that you was gonna be treated like a piece of trash. So it's just kind of like, you get what you get, but we're happy that the lady finally saw the light. But let's just do an update, or read his update that he wanted to share to the people. So he posted this on Monday, and he said this: a little over a month ago, I checked into an intense inpatient treatment facility, scared of the unknown and what I would find out about myself. After many years of knowing something was wrong, but not knowing exactly what it is, I recently learned that I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder and PTSD. It's been a lot to process, an emotional time for me. However, I've come home to my son with newfound sense of peace. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared for the future, but my focus is just trying to be a better version of myself than I was yesterday. Mental health is a long life battle of not letting it control you, but rather you learning to control it. Thank you to everyone who has reached out in support and who also shared their own personal struggles with me. Your message have helped me more than you'll know. So, I mean, good for him. I mean, Jax is still an asshole, but like, you could always tell that there was something I say chemically, like there was a chemical imbalance with him, because one minute he would be cool and then the next minute he would just be a raging dickhead. So I hope that with him now knowing that he has bipolar disorder and PTSD, he finds a better way of controlling. Well, I don't like to say controlling, because as someone that has anxiety, you can't really control things, but you can manage it to where it doesn't trigger you and find ways to control your response to it. So I do hope that he and Brittany are becoming better people for their son. I hope that with this divorce, she does find a newfound confidence in herself and creates boundaries with Jax. And I hope that Jax finds his way and creates boundaries with Brittany, and they both ultimately are healthy and better parents to their child. Because the clips that I saw of them on the Valley, that baby was living in turmoil and strife with them. So let's move on to Married to Medicine. So I saw this morning. So Dr. Heavenly, I guess, did a live yesterday where they were talking about the show, about Married to Medicine. So it looks like Funky Dineva, you know how he does his show, said that Phaedra, you know, got into Heavenly's ass. And Heavenly basically said that that Phaedra can't whoop her ass. There might be some bitches on the show that can, but not her. There's a big tall Amazon bitches that are back coming up in her face. I don't run. I ain't no punk. I'm not gonna shut up. So basically, she talking about Contessa, because Contessa is back filming with them. But the caption that the Bravo Shade Room used was like, who y'all think she was talking about, Contessa or Sweet Tea? But Sweet Tea and Dr. Heavenly are like the same height, so I'm thinking she's talking about Contessa. And seeing the way that things were left with Contessa and Dr. Heavenly, I can see Contessa trying to run up on Dr. Heavenly. But let me play her her live.
That Neva said Phaedra told you up. Now listen, I ain't gonna play with y'all. Listen, if Phaedra can't whip my ass, she cannot. I'm just be clear with y'all. It might be some bitches on there that can, but it ain't her. No, it's not her. No. And plus, she too classy, babes. We both too classy for that. We professionals. We professionals. We not gonna be. I'm classy. I don't know about the rest of them, but I am classy, babes. Me and Phaedra, we too classy for that. Y'all know that. Anyway, we gonna praise God. What you say, J Fresh? J Fresh? You don't know if I can fight or not. Y'all need to stop talking shit if y'all don't know. You don't know if I can fight. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna fight. Listen, if I fight on Married to Medicine, that's the last time y'all will see my ignorant ass. I'll be like, you know what? I got to go. I got to go. I got my ass whipped. That's it. I'm out. That's it. I'm telling you. I had to whip my ass. I don't know why y'all just be spreading lies. First y'all said I was a grandmama. Then you said I got my ass whipped. Y'all just stop all this shit, because I'm going to always tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you what happened. And I'm going to tell you in a way that's going to be funny, because the shit be funny. Then your ass whipped is funny after the fact. Now, that day it might not have been. But after that, somebody got their ass whipped. We going to talk about it. That's what we do. And then the next season of people mad because I talked about it. But it happened in front of 2 million people. So shit. What you want? If you say something on TV, I could talk about it on the YouTube. I'm sick of this shit. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I ain't apologizing no more. I'm sick of apologizing. I'm not doing it no more, okay? I'm gonna tell you one thing, I ain't run. I did not run. I ain't no punk. I ain't run. You know what I'm saying? Some people ran. I ain't run. I'm not gonna run. You know what I'm saying? You could try me if you want to. You could try me if you want to. I'm gonna say what I need to say, and I'm not gonna run. Okay? I'm gonna just say that. And people that saying that Dr. Heavenly got her ass whipped, I ain't never got my ass whipped, okay? That is not true. Whoever heard it, it might look like it. It might look like, but not me. And if you want to fight me, you might go with my ass. I mean, there's some big, tall Amazon bitches that's back. I ain't talking about no baddies. Amazons coming up in my face. I ain't no punk. I'm not gonna shut up. I'm gonna say what I want to, and I'm not gonna run. And you might whip my ass. I don't get my ass. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? You gonna know you was in a fight. I got that from my boy Oliver Twist. You gonna know you was in a fight.
So here's the thing. I will say I did have an issue with Dr. Heavenly when Contessa was on her season, where they were trying to expose to her that, like, girl, you be talking mad negative and saying reckless stuff on your YouTube channel. But when it came to, like, stuff that was said on the show, I feel like I agree with her in that. Like, it's fair game. But when she tries to be shady and bring in other things, that's when she be losing me. But I don't fault Dr. Heavenly. Her saying, like, girl, I'ma still talk my shit, and even if you beat me up. And I've always felt that way. Y'all can beat up people, but that doesn't stop them from talking about you. It just doesn't. So like getting mad and angry and being like, well, I'll just beat you up or I'll put hands on you, it sometimes just makes it worse, where they feel like emboldened to talk about you even more despite you because you harmed them. So it is what it is, bro. But shouts out to Phaedra. They just posted today that she's going to be joining Dancing with the Stars this season. One thing I can say about Phaedra, she always got a gig. Like this year, she's been up. She did Traders. She's done Married to Medicine. She's doing Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now Dancing with the Stars. And I think there's this show on Hulu for like fashion designers, kind of reminiscent of like Project Runway. She gonna keep a gig. So shouts out to her. But I am happy she's not a part of the show anymore, because Phaedra was never needed for Married to Medicine. Like, she added nothing to the show. Like, if she was going to come and bring new energy, yes, but she brought nothing. So I'm glad she gone. I hope she don't come back. So the last thing we're going to talk about is Mauricio. Girl, he done got himself caught up. But this was posted on August the 30th by US Weekly, and it says this: Mauricio Umansky sued for allegedly obtaining $3.5 million in fraudulent pandemic relief loans, so a PPP loan. So it says this: Mauricio Umansky has been accused of fraudulently obtaining $3.5 million from pandemic relief loans. According to court documents obtained by US Weekly on Thursday, August the 29th, Realtor LLC claimed in a new lawsuit that Umansky, 54, and his real estate company, the agency, applied for and received 2 payroll protection programs and CARES Act loans in the total of $3,521,153. The program was created to help prevent termination of employees by providing loans to businesses that were unable to pay workers during the impact of COVID-19 pandemic. The lawsuit accused Umansky's company of falsely certifying their needs for the loans to pay their employees. The doc stated that the amount the agency applied for and received exceeded the loan limit of 2.5 monthly salaries with the cap of $100,000 annual salary per employee. Realtor LLC alleges that Umansky's company would have been minimally impacted by the pandemic shutdown because their revenue came from real estate transactions, typically between millionaires and billionaires, not consumers who were unable to buy goods because of their restrictions from the shutdown. The filing claimed that the agency business grew massively during the pandemic by earning $6.5 billion in 2020 and $11.2 billion the following year. With the knowledge, the defendant would have retained significant reservations to continue to pay his employees, to otherwise would have been grossly irresponsible, especially for the excerpts in the real estate market, the doc says. As alleged above, defendants expressly did not hold themselves out of grossly irresponsible, and their experiences and success confirmed they were not. The lawsuit asks the courts that Umansky and his business pay equals to 3 times the amount of damages caused. In Touch was the first to report the news. Umansky denied the allegations to the outlet. A rep from the agency addressed the allegations to us. While we were unable to comment on ongoing litigations, we want to emphasize that the agency has always operated with the highest level of integrity in all aspects of our business. Like many companies, we've faced significant challenges during COVID-19 pandemic, including layoffs and cutbacks, the statement said. Our focus has always been, and especially during this challenging period, on delivering exceptional service to our customers and supporting our employees. The claims in the case do not reflect the reality of our operations and financial situation at the time we filed our PPP loans. We are intended to vigorously defend against these 3 meritless claims. Umansky is best known for his relationship with Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Kyle Richards. In July of 2023, after 27 years of marriage, the estranged couple have yet to file for divorce. They share 4 daughters together, specifically 3 Alexis, 28, Sophia, 24, Portia, 16, and Umansky is the stepfather of Phaedra, 35. After appearing on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills for several seasons, Umansky got his own Netflix series called Buying Beverly Hills that followed his work life at the agency, which he founded in 2017. In this series, Umansky works alongside his daughters, Phaedra and Alexis. The show was canceled earlier this year by Netflix following season 2. So y'all already know the link for this will be in the description box below if you would like to read it for yourself. Girl, Mauricio, you didn't need that money. You did not need that money, sir. You didn't need it. Like, your company is grossing like millions of dollars. And even during the pandemic, didn't they say you got like $11 billion from your sales? You did not need that money. And I don't even know how they're saying this is meritless when it's like, I don't know. A lot of people are like, oh, I wonder if Kyle knew this was coming, based off of how she was talking in that one episode when they were in Spain, where she was like on the sprinter saying she signs whatever Mauricio gives her. She don't look at anything, so she can kind of fake like, oh, I didn't know what was going on. And that might be true. That might be true. But I don't think he's gonna face any jail time. Like, he only owes them $3 million. And if he's grossing like upwards to like almost $1 billion, he can pay that back like nothing. They'll probably work out something with him, and this will just be a stain on his career, but like, people will still work with him, because we're not gonna act like people who make that much money don't be moving crookedly once they start making millions and billions. We just not gonna act like that. We not. But I do wonder if this is going to make Kyle go forward with the divorce, because we haven't seen them file for divorce, but we know that they're like separated. But some people feel like she's gonna run closer. Like, I've seen two ways. I've seen people be like, she's either gonna run towards Morgan because it seems like her and Morgan are still cool, or she's going to run and help, like, be by Mauricio's side. But I don't know, because she really did feel some type of way about him kissing on that girl, his new girlfriend. But who really knows? You know what I mean? Who really knows? He just need to give the government back their money. I don't know why y'all be playing with the alphabet mafia. Like, you don't mess with the FBI, the CIA, or the IRS, because they always gonna get what they get. What they want, they get. So just pay them people, Mauricio, and move on with your life and stop being greedy. So yeah, y'all, that is it. That is all. As always, remember to be bravely authentic, and definitely hop down in them comments below and share your thoughts with me. And I'm out, y'all. Deuces.